Hey guys, so I have another video for you today that's analyzing the model from Super Mario Odyssey. This is Mario's main character model. This actually has a lot of variations because there's a different cap with the eyes on it, and there's a different hair that has stuff that would poke out through this normal model. But I hid all that and just looking at this base model here. So remember, if you like this content, please suggest more. And I'll be happy to take a look at it. So anyway, here we go with this is running on the Switch hardware. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this game was originally targeting the Wii U system, and the Switch is slightly more powerful than the Wii U in terms of processing power. And so this guy's sitting at around 11,000 faces. So 11,000 polys here. And yeah, they got quite a bit of detail here. I am surprised at how low res these textures are. I would expect more high quality than this from Nintendo, but I guess if you're looking at Mario from about this far in game, like, it wouldn't matter. But you would think that there would be a little bit more attention to detail than what's here right now. So I'm going to go ahead and enable Wireframe and show you exactly how much geometry this has and where most of that geometry budget was spent. So from what looks of things here, they made sure to make anything that was rounded be very round. Fingers have looks like 12, or it looks like they have some varying stuff here. So the tops of the fingers have more detail than the bottoms of the fingers, as you can see. So we have we got 6 joints of articulation there, and then like only 4 down here, so it's kind of a mix and match of that. So that's actually pretty interesting. So I guess for your models, if you know that you're not going to be looking at the underside of hands very often, but just the overhead part of it, you can possibly do this as well for your model and conserve some extra memory. You always want to conserve polys when it makes sense. Looks like the mouth is nice and round here. They were pretty generous with the poly budget right here. Teeth got plenty of poly budget. Tongue, surprisingly, a little bit less than the teeth, but yeah. So it looks like they went ham on the mouth, which I'm interested in why they would go with so many here. But I guess that it just adds more expression, and expression is important when it comes to a character with a big head like this. So on other parts of this, it looks like we have a layered eye sort of pupil part where they would just adjust, I assume, the UV position of the eyeball, and that could move around while also having this kind of ambient shadow be stationary. And so it looks like they have a couple of layers of that going on here. They also have eyelid models that I don't think actually animate, but they just appear and disappear, possibly. At least that's how they did it back in Super Mario Galaxy. So that could be any number of things. The cap here doesn't really have that big of a poly budget underneath, so they were smart to conserve as much detail down here and not push the poly budget too high. Looks like they kind of unnecessarily pushed the poly budget here. I mean, there's not really a reason for this segment to be here along this, but might as well use resources if you can. And then back here on the hair, we have little bulbous parts here, and looks like there's not too much more budget than was seen in Galaxy and other games before, which kind of surprises me. Shoes, we got nice flats down here, so there's not not much poly budget down here. The general outline of these looks really clean. The texture work in general, I'm not super impressed with. To me, what this looks like was, I mean, this could be any number of things, but I think that they likely had a high poly budget or high poly version of this that they fully textured, and then just baked the detail down to this and separated all the key parts that needed to be separated to get a clean bake. And because there's no overlap of the textures between the gloves and this part, so they probably separated those and did a separate bake on them. Same thing with like the teeth. Like there's no overlapping parts. You know, everything's very crisp and clean. Even right here, although like looks like the texture overlaps a little bit, but it looks like it's mostly AO. That's not the actual like hair color layer. That's just AO going on. So that's from the AO bake. Let's see if we can get a different lighting setup here. Yeah, so that looks like just from the AO bake, not necessarily the hair color seeping in. So yeah, it looks like they definitely did one solid color pass of just the individual main components, and then they did a combined AO pass. I think they did this sort of textured material here. I'm pretty sure they probably did this oh man, you can actually see the little bit of kind of general pixelization there. I'm not sure if that will show up in YouTube. But yeah, they have like a little highlight there that's very pixelated, obviously. So I think that was probably all this texture detail is probably baked onto this guy from the high poly version. I think the high poly version was fully textured. We kind of get a hint of that with how much mustache brush style work is appearing here. We know that on the high poly version there's like a fully hair stranded mustache, and so it looks like they probably baked as much as they could onto this general shape. Can't really tell on the hair. Looks like they might have done the same thing with the hair, although I don't know how you would do these sort of bulbous things for like the hair strands and stuff. So maybe it was a mix of methods there. I mean, this could just be a generally this could be painted, the hair, honestly, on the top, or it could be like a normal map, like just a sculpt of a hair piece, and then all that detail was sculpted with an AO map, applied with an AO map and normal map. So that's definitely a possibility. The buttons got pretty good detail level. I'm curious about that part right there where this part meets up. Yeah, so they have decent detail right here, and then pretty basic detail for the rest of the overall coming back. But yeah, this is a pretty clean model. It's not as clean as I thought it might be. You you want this generation of Mario to be way more advanced than the previous one, but if the previous one already looked fantastic, I mean, there's not much reason to push the budget further. But yeah, no, I really like this. I like how they varied the level of detail. But overall, I think the general workflow for this guy was we had a high poly version of it made to be rendered for all the marketing material. And then we took that one, brought it in here, and then we applied, applied all the textures, and then baked it to a low poly version, did some smart stuff to conserve detail when needed, and then brought it into the engine. So and then did some funky stuff with the eyes for sure. The eyes are pretty interesting. You can do several different things. Like I know that for example, the Legend of Zelda series did a lot of interesting things on the Wii and GameCube with their with Link's eyes in those games. So there's actually some good references that some talks that show how they animate those eyes. But if you're interested in those, could take a look at those later. But yeah, I really like this guy, and I'll check back with you guys at another point in time. Make sure you recommend any more models to take a look at, and I'll be seeing you. Bye.